Hello, 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 world. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Sippin and Trippin Podcast, where we connect with amazing people. I'm your host, Desmond Black. Um, the person that's sipping and tripping with me today is the father of three daughters, served in the military, and is the proprietor of his own business, Assured Dispatching LLC. He is none other than my younger brother, Mr. Jarvis Black. How you doing today?
What's up, bro?
What's up? So, what you been up to? Oh,
Chilling, man. Working. You know what I'm saying? The American dream.
the American dream, huh? So what you
Yeah.
got? Two jobs now?
Nah, one.
Oh, just one? Oh, okay. And then you got your business.
Yeah, man. Still putting in
That's
that
what's
work.
up. So you live in PA now, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Up in the mountains.
what happened?
I said up in the mountains.
Up in the mountains. That's crazy. How's that? How's life up there?
I mean, it's survivable. I'll tell you that. But I mean, for the most part, it's like, I don't know, just a little out of whack as distance from everything. I'm used to living in a city type environment. So being that I'm not, it's an adjustment, but it's good.
It's more of an adjustment than when you was in North Carolina.
Yeah. I lived in Raleigh. That's a city.
Yeah,
This
I
ain't
mean,
nothing out.
it's still down south though, you know. So,
Yeah, but it ain't nothing out here. So
so I never been out there. I don't even remember where you live out there. So, like, tell me how it is out there.
I mean, it's the mountains. It's Nanacoke, Pennsylvania. So I mean, it ain't really nothing out here. To be honest, I don't. There's no landmarks that I can give you that can help describe. You know what I mean? The area or what it is. It's just
Yeah.
mountainy, pretty
How
much.
far is that from like Allentown and stuff like that?
Hour.
An hour. Dang, like
Yeah,
closer to Jersey or further out?
further out. Like
Oh,
I'm
dang,
up
yeah.
now. I'm up the mountain, man. In Allentown, it starts to get a little bit mountainy,
Yeah, I
but
know, because a couple years ago I had got a dog from out there, and I was like, where the heck am I at? Shit was crazy. A lot of Amish people was in Allentown,
oh
and it
yeah,
was like I forgot what month it was, but it was snowing. It was crazy. It was hot here,
yeah,
it was snowing there.
yeah. It's I'm further up than that. That's low elevation. I'm up there. Like, yeah. So they got a ski resort out here. That's how high I'm up there.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's got to be a plus. So if
Mhm.
it's a ski resort, is it close to like the Poconos or no?
I'm past the Poconos.
Oh my god, you like
Yeah,
in another galaxy.
I'm up there.
That's what's up. Man, I got to
Yeah.
check you one day. See how it is out there,
I don't know
man.
why I'm out here,
Well, maybe
but
not.
it's cool though. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to go to North Carolina like the first week of August, see our father.
Yeah,
So we was trying to go first week of July, but like with Allison going back to work, it was just too soon, so we had to reschedule that. So just gotta check him, man. He been calling me every day. I gotta ask her if she sent out this package because he called me every day like, oh, I ain't get no package, son. I ain't get no package. I'm like, relax, bro. Like he called me the
bro.
very next day when I said we sent it out.
I thought that was been sent though.
Oh, he told you about it?
No,
Uh, I mean,
I
it's just
mean,
pictures and stuff, really. I mean, in a card and nothing special. It's a little bit of money.
yeah, I ain't still ain't get none of that to him yet.
What you mean?
He wanted pictures too from me, man. I ain't.
Oh, he didn't even ask me. I just, Allison was like, "Oh, let's just do it." I'm like, all right, that's cool. But
Yeah,
yeah, man. So the girls been where you at in PA?
yeah.
What they think about it? Think it's boring?
I mean, ain't I find it hard to believe any place is boring. To be honest, because there's always something to do. You just gotta either have the money or the time, really.
Yeah, I got
So yeah, so yeah, that's really the gist of it. I mean, there's stuff to do out here. It's just how the population is. It's like, you know what I mean? Like people don't really, they're not active like that.
Right.
So
So
and then
so do it put you in the mind frame of like down south or no? Like, cause how's like the culture?
uh I mean, because it's like it's straight, but it's like for me in the position that I'm in now, let's just keep it funky. In the position that I'm in now, I ain't about spending my money. I got a
Right.
lot of things that I'm trying to do, so I don't be out there like that. But there's stuff to do, like you know, man, my homie he go out all the time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And just, but he broke kind of, you know, kind of. I don't want to say he is, but he kind of like because you want to do something that costs bread, like yo, let's go out of town or something. Let's do something like that. He more or less will be like, nah, funds is kind of funny right now, stuff like that. But yet I see him, I watch him weekend after weekend spend money. Feel me?
Right.
So it's like, you know, to each his own.
What about
And
like
then
clubs, casinos? Y'all got that out there? No.
casino, yeah, I live right down the street from the casino.
Uh, it's a big casino, a little casino, because
It's a big one.
it's a big one. I mean, you
I
know, I
mean,
don't gamble, but
it's a casino that one of the ones who got a hotel. So
oh,
you know what
okay.
I mean. So I mean, I go there. I go there a couple times.
Spend blowing money, huh? Blowing money fast.
Nah, I don't blow money. I just go spend it, put a couple dollars in a machine for hit to hit. You know what I mean? I jump on the tables, but like I said, I'm not really into spending money right now. So I don't. I just go there to try to have a good time.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all about money management, man. Especially where you and I both trying to go in life, man. You know, we both got kids. Money go to them. I don't see nothing. Sometimes I feel
Yeah,
like if I could buy myself something, and then like the next day I look around, I'm like, yo, I ain't got nothing for myself. And I look at the kids, I'm like, I work for
nah,
y'all.
I definitely. It's a work joke. I go to work and they just be, you know what I mean? Like I be like, I work for free.
Basically,
Yeah, that's exactly how I say. I'm like, I work for free.
it's almost like being a slave. Like you
I
put
work to
yourself through
survive.
time out.
I work to survive, and then give the kids money. And then like the kids are older now. You know, my kids are older now, so that, like
Right.
they don't even talk to me like, hey, what you doing? How are you? You coming to get us? They just like, Daddy, can I get some money? Like that's the only
That,
thing I hear. I
that's
promise you, that's
wild.
the only thing
That,
I hear from them.
that's crazy. And the thing, I wonder if it's a male and female thing because you got all girls, man. I just had my first girl, so you know I don't even know what's about to hit me. But the boys, boys are boys, and boys are easy to me. Like they simple, you know. Uh, but Journey, I don't know, man.
Well, I tell you, that's all they do is take money
I,
because they
I
want. They you
yeah,
know, women or females, however you want to look at it, they are attracted to what they see.
right,
So like whenever they see something, that's like they just get that desire for it, and that's it. It's a wrap.
right.
So
Yeah, and that's where the daughters get it from. Because us as
and
men, we don't teach girls like that.
Liana done broke every phone that I got her, so she always need a new phone.
Oh yeah,
Oh
nah. You don't ever make her suffer for a little bit. Like you got to be a little bit
yeah,
more responsible.
I gave her an iPad instead of a phone, like where you can still do what you need to do on this iPad, but you're not gonna
Right,
have a phone because you carry that with you, but you ain't gonna be carrying and going to outside to play with no big old iPad.
right,
But iPad destroyed. And I gave her a
right.
new phone destroyed. So she was without a phone for like 6 months. But then
Ooh,
but then that gets even more. It gets harder on the parent because then they're gonna buck the crap out you because they ain't got nothing to do.
right.
Like and
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
kind of going through that with Jalil right now. Like, it's the summertime, but he about to go to this little. It's not summer school, but it's like extended school year thing. And then like every day he just like, oh, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. But nobody give him limitations. And he just don't know what to do with himself. But when he was in school, he couldn't wait to get out of school. It's crazy. Um, and you said Liana is tough on like electronics, phones, and things of that nature. Jalil's the same way, like with shoes and stuff. Like I don't get it. He have a
Oh,
pair of shoes, and
too.
like 3 days later, you be like, "What in the world?" He got holes or little snags. I'm like, bro. Like I
Yeah.
bought him like last Christmas, the new LeBrons. Now I didn't know they was LeBrons until Christmas time when we opened the box and then it said LeBron. I was like, oh nah. So, so he wore them 3 days later. I kid you not, it was start fraying at the front. I was like, oh nah, bro. I went right to Walmart, got him like 3 pair of shoes. I'm like, when you want to play and stuff, this is what you wear, right?
Right.
If you're gonna play hard at school, don't put the LeBrons on because you know when we was growing up, this like the younger you were, the smaller the foot, the cheaper shoes was. So I'm used to shoes being like $55, $60. Nah, no LeBrons is $170. And I didn't want to get it, but I had a hard time finding shoes that'll fit him. So I seen them. I'm like, you know what? I think he'll like these. And I just grabbed them. Right. It was like the night before Christmas, I believe. I had to come home, wrap that so it's ready in the morning. Barely got sleep. You know what I'm saying? I think I slept for like 2 hours. And then they woke up first. It's Christmas. I'm like, what? It ain't
Right.
time yet. So I'm trying to remember. Were we like that as kids? Like around Christmas time?
Like what?
Like wake up super early and bug mommy or whatever and be like, oh, it's Christmas. Like, can we open gifts?
I mean, yeah, I think all kids was like that.
Dang. So I was trying to think about it. I'm like, I don't think we was like that. But then again, that's years ago. You know what I mean?
Man, I think it was yeah. I think I recall like just waking up early. I think we all did that, John. Like that's what it was all about. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
right. But yeah, the one thing I know, I don't recall you, or actually one time, because Jalil, he got his gifts and he was looking for more, like it wasn't enough. And then he was counting the gifts, like, oh, Jade had this many. Why do I have this many? And I was just about to say we wasn't like that, but I remember that one year. I remember you. I know you remember in Delaware, and you got mad. I think I got a basketball, and you got the Jenga set. You remember that, right? You
That
was so
wasn't
mad.
that wasn't in the from mommy though. That was from
Yeah, that's from I think a church or something like that. It was somewhere we
church.
went. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we had to pick a gift. And I remember, and then I know you remember Aunt Angelina, man. I ain't never want to play her. Like but you was playing with her in Uno, the Jenga, and she was rough. When she
Mm-hmm.
win, she rubbed that shit in. She didn't care how old we were. So I'm whooping that ass. I
Mm-hmm.
remember you used to cry. I used to think that was so funny, bro. That old Jenga, but you hated Jenga until you start playing it with Aunt Angelina. Then you love Jenga after that. That was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Did,
Competition.
who was it that made you say like you was crying? It was like say I love my Jenga. Who made you say that? Was that mommy or was that Angelina?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that was wild, bro. But yeah. Anyways, man, it's life is crazy, man. I ain't got no time for myself. It's literally go to work, come home, fall asleep within like an hour, bro, and then wake up, do it all over again. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I do the things I do. Driving an hour and 10 minutes to work every day. It's taxing. I'm used to the drive, right? But every now and then I come home and then like I feel like I'm nodding off. I'm like, dang, like I might be needing gas, but I'm like, all I want to do is go home and relax, sip on something. And it's crazy because when I'm on E like that, the next day I get in the car, I'm like, dang, now I'm gonna be late because I forgot I needed gas. So I gotta get better with that. My timing and all that. It's just hard, with 4 kids, animals, work,
Yeah.
limited time. I'll be working. I'm supposed to work 50 hours. I'll be working like 55. It used to be like 55, 60, man. Then I had to put my foot down, like, yo, something got to give. I need that quality of life, man. Like, because I don't know what that's like anymore, right? So
I
it's crazy
mean,
at my. Go ahead.
nah. I was just saying, like, I kind of don't think like there's a such thing as a quality of life,
Mm,
like for real. Because I mean, I don't want to say it like that, but the way the world is right now, um, I guess you could say the quality of life or the small things, the little things, the fact that you can come home. You know what I
Mm,
mean? The fact that you got kids that you can, you know what I mean, at least try to build something for or take care of to develop some kind of unconditional love because everything is like it's wicked right now and people it's so many people that are I don't know how to really phrase it. I don't want to say selfish because there's nothing wrong with being a little selfish, but
right,
it's like everybody's users in a sense.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And if the you know what I'm saying like so the givers gotta set limitations because the users never will. You know what I mean?
yeah, I got you.
The people who take or receive, they never gonna set a limitation. They're getting stuff. So the
Right,
users got I mean the givers got to. So you gotta you know what I mean? I think it's just nice to have some things that like shoot, man, I remember times in my life where I was at a point where like I didn't know where I was gonna sleep. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And being in those positions, man, listen, this little struggle, this little, working a lot, doing everything you got to do to try to build something, like that shit ain't nothing, to be honest.
but so when you said it's the little things that make it a quality of life, like elaborate on that because I for me, quality of life is being able to enjoy yourself, right? Just take a step back and just breathe a little,
That's
and
what I'm
having
saying.
things that's important to you, like that's not really giving you that.
But that's what I'm saying though, because you're supposed to take and get enjoyment. Exactly what you say you wanted, you're supposed to get that from those things. Like, you know what I mean? Like giving all your money to your kids, for
Mm,
instance. That's supposed to be that's a little thing, but that's supposed to be an enjoyment of life. Because guess what? They happy. And that little thing should give you the happiness or the joy that you be seeking. But the thing about it is a lot of parents, right, as they grow and their kids grow and their kids drain them, they feel like they missing out on something. Like if a parent, if somebody has a kid at that young age, they'll feel like I never got a chance to do all these things, and now I got these kids. And when the people have that mindset, they start to get a resentment for their kids, and when they get that resentment, they'll mistreat them, and either mistreat them or they don't show them the proper love that the kids actually need. And then, but then if they sat back and they thought about how they were as a kid, they would have wanted that love from their parent, not knowing the shit that they would have been doing to their parent at the
right,
same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing ever really changes. It's a different time because back then, the struggle was kind of the same. It's
right.
just that money looked like it was less, but it was the same because you wasn't making as much. So, that's what all about inflation. So I think it's stuff like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to keep it funky, like I never knew how badly I needed to be like I would keep it like in a relationship, except for when you alone for a long time, and then you like, damn, like I ain't got nobody, and then
Right,
you go and you think you got friends, but ain't no friend gonna do what you like a companion would. So
right.
then you be like, yo, I really ain't got nobody, and
But
then
that's
you
another thing. So if you feel that way, the question is, are they friends or like truly? Because a lot of times people, because you associate with them or you deal with them, right? They say, "Oh, I'm your friend," but because I dealt with that. Like, some people be like, "I'm an asshole" or whatever. Because if I can't vent to you, if I can't call you to like stress about things, right? That you're not a friend. Because there's a lot of people in my life, they like, oh, you could talk to me. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm going through this. And I'm like, oh, bro, I ain't got time for that shit. When you done dealing with that shit, they hit me up. So I'm like, yeah, they ain't my friend. So I don't have
that's
time for them. And when I don't hit them up, when they hit me, I'm like, oh, bro, you forgot my number? I'm like, bro, I'm busy, right? I don't have time for it. At this stage of my life, it's either you with me all the way or you're not with me at all. That's how I
you
feel.
can't be like that though. I
Why is
mean,
that?
because like you said, if you can't do certain things because everybody's not a friend for the same reason.
So,
Like
but a
so
friend should be a friend, just like
Yeah, but there's no definition to a friend. A definition to a friend doesn't mean you got to check off all the boxes. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because, like, for instance, there's some people who look at you as a friend and they want you to come to their family funerals and stuff. I'm not going. But you can't say I'm not a friend because I'm not gonna go there with everybody boo hooping about somebody that is not gonna say the same sentiment to me. I don't like
Right.
death as it is. I don't want to see nobody in no casket that I don't have that kind of connection with. I ain't got time to walk up there and I'm sorry for your loss. And I really don't know. So it's like I'm being ingenuine by saying I'm sorry
Right.
for your loss. And I really can I don't want to say I can care less, but it doesn't hit me the same. It doesn't resonate. So I
Right.
wouldn't so you can't not call me a friend because I wouldn't show up for those moments. Now, if you
Well,
wanted
that's
to,
a little different. I'm talking about like, if people want to vent to you though, like,
it
come
doesn't
to go
matter
to a funeral.
because
Because for me, I don't even want to go to my own family's funeral because, like you said, I don't like death. I don't like dealing with death. And even though it's the inevitable, nobody that's close to somebody want to see somebody go. They want them to live forever. But deep down inside, we know that's not going to happen, right? So like, if I feel like that with my own family, I'm definitely not doing it for somebody that's not family. I just can't do it.
I feel you, but that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing about venting. Like some people are those type of people that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's almost like instead of me being disrespectful and listen and pretending to listen, and then when you're done, you like, you feel me? And I'm like, right. You know what I mean? But I
Right.
do that if I really don't give a shit about what you're going through. Like
Right.
I can, like if you was like, man, I'm hurting today. That's somebody like, yo, it's gonna get better. That's a friend could be that person to just be like try to boost you up. But no, not everybody want to hear sob stories. You
But
know what I
that's true.
mean?
But like, all right, so if it's, let's say it's a family member and they come to you with the same issues. Oh, I'm going through this. Are you gonna say I ain't got time for it, or are you gonna sit there and try to power through it and try to make them feel better about themselves?
It depends on
Mm,
what their topic is. I mean, me personally, like I don't care if people vent because I vent too sometimes, so that doesn't bother me. But some people they like to hold it in their own issues and problems because they don't want to. In the same reason, they don't want to hear nobody else's. The same as they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? They
right.
don't want to hear people's issues, and so they don't tell people their issues because they not that type of person. That doesn't necessarily make them not a friend, in my opinion. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just a thing. You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I don't know, man, because like it's so sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't have friends, and people might be like, oh, I'm not your friend, and they get offended. But to me, in my eyes, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, no, you're not a friend because I don't know. Like for instance, what's your take on this? Say if you needed if you ask somebody for like $5, something simple as that, and the person that you asking says they're your friend, they working every day, and they were, yeah, nah, I ain't got it, but they really do. But they be like, nah, I'm not gonna give it to you. You still look at them as a friend, or you look at them as like what's your view on that?
I do it.
Oh damn,
You know what I mean? And like I said, it that now this is it goes a long way. That's good. That's a whole nother conversation right there about that because
right,
I'm gonna give you a quick example, and then I don't want to tie it up with going off tangent, but like this for instance, I don't know people's intentions, right?
right,
And that could be anybody, a friend, a family member, or not. I don't know your intentions, right? So if you ask me for something like money, right, I can have it, but
right,
it's like, do I need it? And if do I need it soon? Because if I do, I don't feel comfortable giving it to you, no matter what the purpose is. Because I like I said, that's why I said it's a little. It's okay to be a little selfish. I can't be in a situation where I'm begging
right.
because I decided to help you out. You know what I'm saying? And you can't give it right back. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, and also the reason why I don't really like to ask people for anything, even when I'm down and out, unless it comes to a desperation mode, because let me ask you this, and then real quick, and then we can go, talk what you need to talk about, right?
Right.
But it's like this, for instance, if you ask somebody for money,
Right.
why do you think they say what for?
If you ask them, that's got to be a trust thing to me because I've done that with people I thought was friends or think is friends, and I also did it with family, right? Like you wanted to go to a good cause. Because for me, if I say that, it's because I'm trying to help you out. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to help you out in the sense of like I'm helping you so you can enjoy like going out to the club or the gamble or something like that. Like if it's in need, then I'll help you. What happened? I didn't hear you.
Why?
Why? What?
Why do you feel? See, now I'm gonna say this first, and then matter of fact, I don't I don't want to get because we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. But
No,
it's
just
like,
go ahead and say it.
for instance, what you just said is kind of exactly where I was going with it. People ask you why because they want to justify if it's worth them giving it to you for. But that's not what they're supposed to be there for. If you are who you say you are and you trust that person, you feel whatever, it doesn't matter what they use it for. If I
But they
say,
say
yo,
I need it, so it's a difference between a need and a want.
no, I didn't say nothing about need. You threw that
No,
in
no,
there.
I
I
know,
said
but
borrow money. They didn't say
right.
nothing about what they need it for. They say, yo, can I borrow $20? Can I borrow $50?
Oh,
Why do
see, that's
people
a little different. When I asked you, I was saying like when somebody said they need something, like they supposed to be a friend, right? So that's a little different. If they say, "Can I have?"
no?
Right.
I
So they
said
say,
borrow.
"Can you have?" So, look, so if
I
somebody
said
say,
borrow.
okay. So can they borrow? Of course, I'm gonna ask why. Because if I don't feel like it's for a good cause, then the answer is gonna be no.
That's what I just said. So you
Right.
feel like, oh, I'm the judge and jury. I get to justify what if you need it or not. But that's not your place because if they need to borrow the money, it shouldn't matter what they need to borrow for if they're the person that you say they are to you.
But the key word is you said need. If they need to borrow the
No,
money,
I
right?
did not
Like,
say that. I said that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to justify what if they need it or not, and that's not your
right.
position. They asked
Well,
to
but this is
borrow.
my. All right, I got you. So let me say this. So for me, if I won't give out money and say you say borrow, right? I don't know if you're gonna give it back to me or not. So if I feel like it's a good cause, then I can't hear you.
You can't be the judge of that.
No. If it's my money, yes, I can. Because if I'm gonna give you money and I got in my mind that I may or may not get it back, in my mind, it's got to be a good cause. Because if it's not a good cause and I'm already sitting here like you may or may not give it back, then no, I gotta play judge and jury. I have to.
No, and that's where you're wrong at because you can't justify what somebody wants the money for, and that's when you want to be a friend because then that's you being a hypocrite because
No,
you're being a friend only when you feel like it's justifiable, and that's not your place.
no. When you ask it for something that's taking food, like money for my kids,
That's why
money
you
for
just say
me.
no. That's why you just
That
say no.
okay. So you
You don't
said
you don't
just
ask
say
why.
no as a hold on. So you said just say no as opposed to asking why. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because if you feel like I may or may not get it back, then the answer is no. That's what I do because I don't have time to play the game. Because
But this is what
you could tell me I needed to pay a light bill. And I say, you know what? Let me pay your light bill then, right? Because I want to justify it. So I swipe my card, I pay your light bill, and then you take the money that you already have for your light bill and go have fun anyway. What's the point? What did you
so this
do?
is so
Tell me
this is the
what you
thing.
did.
So this is the thing. It's like in the justice system. You innocent until proven guilty, right? So it's same thing with friendship. We're in good graces until you give me a reason to cast you aside.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. But then that means that you just gave them a reason to cast you aside. Oh, he not my
How?
real friend because if he was my real friend, he'll give it to me for no reason at all.
So all right, so like family, right? So
Mhm.
family. So if it's a friend coincides with family to me, right? Because if you give somebody that title of friendship, it should be some kind of bond there, right? So
Mhm.
that's familiarity, that's closeness. So you're supposed to have trust on both ends, right?
Which means
So
you
if you
shouldn't have to
have,
ask because
mm,
you trust. Period.
I beg to differ. Yes, I agree with it. I like what you said, but at the same time, it can go another way. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough
You can't
because
trust them to
just
answer
like
no.
with family, I asked the question, what you need for?
If you can't, you taking it personal. We talking with generality. So if you trust somebody, then the answer is yes. If you don't trust them, then the answer is no. Period. If you got to question it, you don't trust them. Answer's no.
Right.
Period. Done. Because that's the same thing as um. Let's say it's a child or it's a relationship like a significant other, and and let's say it was a woman and she wanted to go on a girl's trip and you was like iffy about it. What's your answer? Your answer's not gonna be like, yes, babe, go ahead, because you having trust issues.
Wait,
It's the
say that
same
again.
thing.
Because now you talk relationship. Say it again.
It's the same thing. Friendship, relationship, it's the same thing. But I brought it up because it's more potent to say it this way. If you
Right.
didn't trust your significant other and she was like, hey, I want to go on a girl's trip, and you didn't trust her, your answer's gonna be like, nah, I don't really know about that. It ain't gonna
Yeah,
be like,
of course.
what
Of
for?
course. Of course. You just said the key word was trust. If you don't
Right.
trust her,
But that's the
if I
same
don't
thing. You
trust
just
her, she ain't getting nothing from me.
That's the same thing you just said about the friendship. If you don't trust them because you have to question whether they're gonna do, like, you know what I'm saying? That means you don't trust them. So the answer should be no as well.
Hmm.
Same thing.
See, that's a
Same thing.
lot to unpack right there. That's a lot to unpack. I see where you was taking this. Like you took me for a ride for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like the human mind don't think about every possibilities, right? So like now that you put that spin on it, I'm like, all right, you got a point. But it's like human nature though. We can't escape human nature. And human nature, you ask, no matter who it is, what's it for? Bro, I've given
It's
bums on the
called
street
development.
money.
It's
It's
called
called what?
development. Development. It is. It may be human nature, but it's called development because if you've been through these experiences that we're talking about now, you could develop yourself to understand or to be to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna say no. I got somebody in my phone right now who asked me for money today.
Mm.
Not happening. You know why? Because in my mind, I might not get it back. But I just said in the beginning of this conversation that I'm in a mode right now where I'm not trying to spend no money. I'm trying to save up. I'm trying to rebuild some stuff. So I don't have time for that. I really don't. I don't have time for that. I can go.
Right.
I can go spend money right now, and go have fun right now. It's the weekend. You know what I'm saying? I can go
Right.
blow $500 right now. But what is that going to do for me? You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
why am I going to give it to somebody else that I might not get it back? It does this. It's going to put me in the same bind. Then I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna be feeling stupid. They don't give it right back to me. If I don't get it back the day they said, I'm gonna be angry and mad and hitting them up like, damn, f you. Like I ain't got why. Why am I gonna put myself through that? If it's not somebody that if it's not somebody or a situation where I'm willing to just let it go,
Right.
I'm not even gonna put my toe in that.
Right.
Hmm?
Yeah, I got you. That yeah, you said development, growth, development. It's like it coincides. I guess. So we never too old to learn new things or to grow. So I try my best to learn, grow, and expand, and every day. But like it's hard because it's like people, places, and things. Like right, like when you work a lot and you work all the time, and you don't have that much time. It limits you. It kind of like hinders you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you make some good points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, anyways, so the topic of today was quitting your job to start your own business. So when I say that to you, like what are your thoughts? And I know you already have your own business, so like what I mean? Tell me how you felt when you say, you know what, I'm done with the 9 to 5s. I'm done answering to somebody. I'm gonna start my own business. What was going through your mind when you made that decision?
Well, first things first. You know what? I'm a go against the grain because I
Mm,
know there's probably tons of people who will try to say, "Oh, if it's your dream, then yada yada yada," right? But I'm gonna say this: you should never quit your job to start a business.
Mm.
I said I'm gonna go against the grain, right?
So is this how you feel, or are you just playing devil advocate?
This is how I feel because of personal experience, because
Okay.
that's exactly what I did, right?
Mm.
But I'm not saying that you shouldn't quit your job after having a business.
Okay.
You understand? Because that's the difference in what I'm gonna say. Because for me, right, and I'm gonna just give you a little quick rundown, right? I've been doing IT for damn near 20 years now, and
20. It's been that long?
I was doing it since I was in the Navy.
Mm.
I was like teenage, 18 when I signed up, 19 when I got out of boot camp.
That's crazy. I remember that boot camp.
Yeah. So I was 18 when I signed up, 19 when I got out of boot camp, and I'm 37 now. So the damn near 20 years, like I said, I've been doing IT, right?
Right.
And shit was getting on my nerves because you can't stop learning. And I was like, I'm tired of this crap, right? So I've been trying to do this business, that business. I went to do network marketing. I went to do try to do like my own fitness business. I try to do all this stuff. I'm trying to get a business because I thought like that was the way to go until one business stuck, which was my trucking company.
Right.
And when I got into my trucking company, this shit was booming. And it was booming, so I quit my job because I was making the bread. But what happens when you make those decisions, when you quit your job to start your business, what happens is you got to remember a few things. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
those things that you got to remember is that when you have a business, your business has to support your business and your business has to support your lifestyle. So imagine getting paid. What was I getting paid? Like 72 or $73,000 a year, right? With my IT
Mm.
company, right? You're getting paid that much money and you're living the life that you live in. So all your expenses and your life match your paycheck.
Right.
You drive in a decent car, you live in a decent place, you know what I'm saying? You're eating a certain way, you're dressing a certain way, you got devices. I had two phones and a tablet for no reason,
Right.
and an iPad or whatever, just for no reason, like just to have it. Laptop, multiple screens. I got watches right here, like it's crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I spent $10,000 on guns. You know what I mean? Like
You're right.
stuff like that is how you live because you're making the money like that.
Right.
And then you got to realize, then you look at it like, wait a minute, my business costs X amount over here, this big bundle of my money. My lifestyle costs this big bundle of my money, right? And
Right.
then you realize that you got a business that makes tons of money, but you still broke
Right.
because it's like you're paying for two different lifestyles, a business one and a regular one. So there was no cushion, should I say. And then when you run a business, you always get sued. There's
What
claims
you mean?
against you. Okay, so
Why is that?
because you're a business. If somebody slip and fall at McDonald's, what they doing?
Oh yeah, somebody gonna sue
But
because they
if
look at
somebody
you as a money grab.
right, but if somebody slip and fall in your house, some people will sue you, but most people ain't. They're like, oh God, I got hurt, and then they leave it at that because it's just you.
Right.
They probably like, oh, you're not gonna be able to pay me. See what I mean?
Right.
But they know a business, oh, you business can pay me. So what happens is when you get a business, you start to get into damn business stuff. They say more money, more problems. And that's the truth because you make money, people see that like this company makes money, right?
Right.
So then things happen, right? So not only did I get sued in my business,
You got sued personally?
yeah, I got sued a couple times.
Oh, that's wild.
And
So,
and then
so not to cut you off, like, so you say you got sued. How did you deal with that?
I mean, I was paying it. I was paying. I had one of them I had to pay because it was just damaged property, and I had a trucking company. So it is what it is. And then another one, I got sued by my employee, but he didn't get no. I mean, I got two sues. One of them, he didn't get no bread because he was living in my truck. So you can't sue me for your living conditions and you're living out of my truck. You're an employee, but he wanted to sue me for his living conditions. Told me something I wasn't providing quality hotels and et cetera and all this other crazy stuff. But then he was taking my money and he wasn't getting hotels with it. He was living out of the truck. Him and his wife.
So that was a failed claim, then, right?
That was a failed claim, right? There's another one that's still outstanding right now, and then the other one, it was a cargo claim I had to pay. But then one of the companies I did business with sued me as well, and that's what shut my trucks down because it was a big claim, and I couldn't pay that. So that's why that's why I'm getting slow money now from my trucking company instead of the big money. It's getting small money now because that claim is out there. So every time I get a little bit of something, I gotta they take a little bit more, and that's just how it is right now. So, which forced me back into getting a job. But they rewind back to my key point. If I kept my original job, which I was working from home, working from home, and I was still running my business, I could have had enough money to keep my trucking moving because I would have had that income as well.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's like if I would suggest anything, it would be to keep your job while your business grows until your business can support itself for like 6 months to a year without you doing nothing at all. And if you can save that amount of money, then I think it's worth quitting your job because then you will have 6 months to a year worth of money to get you back on your feet. And I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I had maybe like a month or two, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And the claim was like over $100,000 claim. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you have a business, the business makes a lot of money, right? And when you spend a lot of money and you got to pay a lot of employees, you realize that you really ain't got no money.
Right.
See, what year is this? 2000. So last year, my trucking company made 1.3 million. That's how much it made. But to pay for the trucks, to pay for the gas, to pay the employees, to pay all the services and subscriptions I had, maintenance and subscriptions and all that to keep it up and running. I probably made myself personally maybe like 200,000 last year. But then I was spending it as I was getting it. Right. So you realize that that's not no money in a while. That's like 8,000 a month or something like that. Maybe 10,000 a month. No, maybe like a little bit more than that, like 15.
So now that you put it that way, is it a matter of you just slowing down your mind and just refocusing and saying like, listen, I'm in my own way. Let me just reevaluate my spending habits.
I wouldn't say that because, like I said, you got to pay for your business and your personal lifestyle.
Right.
So you
got.
What
I'm saying is, when you say your personal lifestyle, right? Like it was you doing
partying
more than. Okay.
I wasn't doing none of that.
Was you overindulging or overspending? Maybe subconsciously you like, oh, I'm gonna show people I'm a boss.
No.
And you spend more money.
No. It's just because it's regular shit. Like
But what you said like what'd you say like 200,000 you probably made in a year? That's a lot of money, right? You that's a lot of money. I don't even get that. And I live comfortably. My only gripe is I'm at work more than I am at home, right? So like with that kind of money, I can do a little bit more in my free time, right? So like when you
make over $1 million, you know how much your taxes are?
I don't.
All right, that's one thing right there. Your business makes over $1 million, your taxes is like 6 figures, damn near.
But all right, but you said the business made whatever you said, and then you said what you made. So I'm basing this off of what you said you made.
Right. So, and I can give you a quick breakdown, easy. Right.
All right.
My monthly expenses for me living by myself, paying everything I gotta pay, was like $7,000 a month. Now do
God
that times
dang.
12.
7,000. That's a lot. What? So why is this so high?
What you mean? It's okay. First of all, I mean I could have dumbed it down a little bit, but like I'm not gonna really go into all my expenses, but it goes to like child support, car, crib, food, um, and like cell phone. Like my shits is up there, bro. It just
Like I
it's not
right.
that it's not that untangible. Like once you really break it down, it just seemed like that because you know what I'm saying? The average person doesn't even make that much money in a month. So it's like you was paying that? That's how people look at it. But like I said, once you start making the money, your lifestyle will increase, no matter how you want to look at it. Because everything that you want to do, in a sense, you're gonna try it. And people can say they won't all day long, but they're going to. Like
Right.
you like for instance, if you like never ate at Ruth's Chris, you're gonna eat at Ruth's Chris
Yeah, I never ate there before.
and
I
spend
heard of
three
it,
hundred
but I never ate there.
dollars, spend $300 on your meal. You're going
For
to.
one person? Wait, for one person?
Nah, it's like a couple
Oh,
because like
yeah.
if you get just a steak, it's probably like $65 or some shit like that. Maybe I think you can get a $45 steak too. But I got like a big one, like a huge steak. It's like $60, right?
Right.
You ever ate at a Brazilian steakhouse?
No.
That's a
I might have. I think I
that's
might have been like in Lake City, maybe.
that's like $60 per person just to eat there, and then you got to think about your drinks and stuff like that. So you'll do stuff like that, and then like I said, I spent 10,000 on guns. So it's like stuff like that.
Well, even now, I thought you said then. You still do that shit?
What?
Spend that much on guns?
No, I don't. Like it's not per month, like but it's like that's what I bought over the
Oh,
past year. Like last
right.
year, I bought $10,000 in guns. But when you're buying them, you're not realizing that it's costing that much until you start losing money. You're like, damn, I spent 10,000 on guns. But I'm just saying how to keep taking these chunks off of what I'm talking about.
Right.
You say 200,000, now we at 190 just because of guns. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? How
Yeah,
many
that's
times
crazy.
I drive from North Carolina back to Jersey just to visit the kids?
Well, I
That's
know.
dollars all the time. Then I give
Right.
them money. Then I give their mothers money. Like, bro, it just goes. You don't even realize it
So
goes.
when you say you get a mother's money, like that's for child support, or that's just like that's extra child support and then extra.
Child support, and then I spend extra. Yeah.
Why? If you're not in a relationship with them, I don't understand why they would
You
get
pay
extra. No. I said
I don't give them
besides the
extra.
child
I
support.
give the kids extra. Like,
Oh,
so
the
I would
kids
give them
extra.
child support, and then when I see the kids, I'm with them. You think their mother say, "Oh, since you got them now, here's some money back." Hell no. You just got to spend
Right.
more money.
Right.
And then when they're with you, they be like, "Daddy, can I get this? Daddy, can I get that?" And then then you start looking at them like, "Yo, your mom ain't buying you nothing," and then you buy it because you feel bad. Like, why my kid over here with no shoes, or why they, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They mothers buy them stuff. It's just not as much as I would think they would buy them stuff.
Right. So this is the thing. We're not gonna get into it because it'll be a total different conversation or podcast episode. But like, where do you draw the line? Like, if that's how you feel, right? Like, I feel like it should be a conversation where you be like, listen, if I pay X amount, my kids should have this. If you're not providing for them, then why am I giving you so much money?
Because
I
they
never
do
been on child support, so I don't know how it is. So
provide for them, but like, come on, like for instance, like they got the kids get everything they want, right? But they get everything they want, right? But for me, like I see it differently. Like, and then you'll realize this one day, women see money differently.
I know they do.
So,
Listen, before you
so
get
it's
into that, hold on. I'm gonna say this. Hold on. So Allison, bro, I ain't say nothing to her, but that shit was pissing me off. We was watching Power. I watched Power. I didn't watch the last season, right? So, bro, the way she would gravitated towards Tasha. I was like, yeah, nah, bro. She out of pocket right now. Tasha, she was rich because Ghost was rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was on there like, oh yeah, that's how she's supposed to be. I'm looking at her like I don't even know if she saw me looking at her. I was looking at her like, what? Yeah, that's what a man's supposed to do. So I tried to flip it on her. I was like, bro, Ghost was a drug. He was and still is a drug dealer, but he's trying to change his ways. And I was like, why do women support that, right? And they want that, and they behind you, but then you get locked up. It's over, right? She goes, well, if you go, it depends on how long you get locked up for. I'm like, why? You can't support somebody for doing wrong, and then when they get bagged for it because it's wrong, now you against them. That makes no sense. And she fell victim to that. She was like, but then she talk about how Ghost is so smart. Everybody's smart until they get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like women are crazy, bro.
Well, I mean, like I said, they see money differently. So it's like this. For instance, one of my kids' mothers, they spent $150 on one kid's hair, right?
Right.
And in my mind,
a girl,
yeah.
Oh, that's normal shit though. That's normal. That's normal. I
Listen,
paid for Allison get her hair done twice,
hold on.
And I was like, in my mind, I was like, never again, bro. Because like, hold on. I paid for her to get her hair done like what twice. She come home and I'm like, that's some regular shit. To me, it's regular. But for women, they were like, oh, that's out of this world. That's the best I ever seen. I'm like, as a man, I'm like, I don't see no difference. Right? So like, I just don't understand. Women look at things differently, bro.
What I mean is like this. So you spend $150 on one head. And in my mind, I'm like, you could have split that and got two heads done.
How? Somebody you know. It got to be somebody you know.
Not necessarily. Like you can go to a salon, right? A female can go to a salon and get a doobie. It's not $150. They can get their hair braided, not with other stuff in it. It's not $150, right? Especially, and we talking about kids. We ain't talking about no grown woman. We talking about kids.
It's a business. So that's what I'm saying. The topic today was about business. That's a business. Yeah. When you were in a business, you trying to capitalize, right? You see something that works and you go for it and you utilize that and you implement that. And that's it. So I'm glad you said that because you got your own business, right? So if you see something that works that your competitors was doing and you was doing it and you was making more money than you was making, are you going to stop?
I'm not talking about
keep going.
I'm not talking about the expenses of the salon.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a business. So you trying to be business minded, right? Because anybody that steps into being a businessman, starting their own business. So the topic was quitting your job to start your own business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you own the salon, that's you quitting your job, you're 9 to 5 to start your own business. So if you look at your competitors, your competition, and you like, all right, this working for them, so I can do it. So once you start doing that and you jack up your prices because they jack up their prices and it's working for you, why stop?
I didn't say nothing about stopping.
But you're saying, okay, go ahead.
I'm talking about how women see money differently. I'm talking about how if I had my daughters, how I would probably spend $150 to get two heads done rather than one.
Well, that's you as a man,
right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. As I said, because women.
So as a man, if you saying you can do two heads for the price of one, that's you going to somebody you know, not a business. Because a business they're gonna capitalize that.
I can go to a business and get that done.
No way.
Yes, you can. You can go if you go down to the Jamaican women, like they can go do that. They'll braid your hair up real quick, like maybe
real quick. But it's so Jamaican women. Is all right. So in a previous relationship,
they're not whack either. They do it good.
No, they do good. Yeah, but this thing, it's two people working on their head at one time. One do the left, one do the right.
I'll give it to him.
Guess what? Now they both looking at oh, I need to get paid. I need to be compensated. So the prices was high, bro. It got to the point where in a previous relationship, I did it only because I didn't want to lose the girl, right? And I did it, but then I was fucking mad as hell. I was like, fuck this bitch, fuck these kids, all that shit. That's just me personally. Um, but I did it for selfish reasons, right? Like, but then like I look at my bank account, I'm like, yo, how many more times will she come back and say, oh, my kid need their hair done? That's how I was looking at it. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't do it. So then I had to be selfish, like, listen, they ain't my kids, no disrespect. I could do it here and there, but I can't do it all the time. And guess what? Guess what she said? I'm done with you. I'm good. I could do better by myself. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah.
If you could do better by yourself, why'd you ask me for help?
I mean, I can see that. I can see that. But I mean, like, as far as like the business thing go, right? I guarantee those women, right, who started their own salon though, worked in a salon first until they had the means to do it. You see what I mean? Right. And not just like I had a good day, I quit. You see what I mean? Right. And that's kind of how my situation was. And that's why I said I wouldn't quit your job to start a business, but I would start a business and then quit. Right. It's you know what I mean, kind of similar but it's a little different because you need money to fund your business as well, and you never know what's going to happen. Like for instance, give a little rundown about what you're trying to do with your business, and then
I was just about getting to that, but I was waiting for you to.
I'll tell you my example of why I said that, and I'm gonna use you as an example.
Right.
I want you to talk about your business. What you trying to do.
You said I thought you was gonna be talking.
Now I'm gonna give you an example once you explain your business because I don't want to start rapping about your stuff and then your audience needs to know about your stuff.
All right, so this is my thing. I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask you for opinions and advice, whatever. Because you've done it. You quit your job to start your own. So for me, I've been in the restaurant industry for 18 years. This is 18 years, right? And you know, I'm tired of answering to people. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Now somebody hit me up. I had to respond. I'm tired of answering to people, and there's like things that I feel like is wrong as far as treatment, right? Like I'm ready to be my own boss, to lead my own ship. But at the end of the day, it's a scary thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. So once you have a 9 to 5, you know what you make, right? You know what they expect. You know the people you work for. You know your bosses, right? Like so to quit that and try to build on your own, it's a scary thing. And I try to tell myself every day, nah, you can't think that way because the biggest mistake people make is what?
Like not trying something?
The biggest mistake people make is not taking a risk, right? Or not trying something, like as you said. That's the biggest mistake people will make because if you don't jump out there and try to do things on your own or take that risk, you never know what could be or what could not be, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like I stand in my own way. So I get nauseous a lot because I be thinking about it. Like my job, I know where I'm at, I know my place, and I get a steady income. So to quit it, to start my own business, now you enter in a different realm. Like you don't know what to expect, right? So you said something earlier when you was like, keep your job until you have that backing, right? So in the beginning, I was like, I'm ready to quit my job to start my own business, but I bought like 5 books on so the business you're talking about, I'm trying to own my own food truck and operate like that. So in the beginning, I was like, I'm just gonna quit my job and do that. So I bought these books. I bought 5 books. I started reading it. I started taking notes. I bought notebook after notebook to take notes. And I only started looking at like 2 of the books, and they both was in agreement. They was like, don't quit your job until you had come up with a business plan. So then boom, I came up with a business plan. Then he was like, make sure you have enough money. So if you do quit, you have enough money to survive while you're trying to build your own business. So what you said was correct. Um, but it's still a scary thing, man. To do things on your own. But like, I don't want to be like, you can't keep a job and say you want to own your own business and think it's going to be successful. Nah, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be all in.
That I disagree with that.
Why?
All right, I'm gonna explain. And this is something that if you pursue anything, you're gonna soon figure this out, right? The first thing is this: you ain't gonna be able to expand shit without having help and hiring employees, right?
Right.
And so with expansion and hiring employees, you are never going to respect your boss more until you do that, because what you may think is mistreatment in your boss or your uh, people that's above you or whatever, you're gonna see why. When you start hiring people, you're gonna be like, what the freak? There are people that's retarded, and that's how they look at you. And you may take offense to that, but it's because their knowledge of the business is here, and
Right.
you're just a worker. And you don't realize that until you do that. I promise you, I said, and I look when I started my business, I was like, this shit is so easy. A caveman can do it.
Mm.
Promise you.
I remember those commercials.
That's what I thought when I started my business. I was like, oh my God, because to me, because the way I set it up, it was my baby. I did everything. I started from the ground up. I formulated it. I put the regulations, I put the rules, everything. So I was like, oh, simple. Trying to get somebody else to follow your way, and you pay them. You be like, I don't want to pay this mother. I don't want to pay them for that. And that's how you feel. And then you start to realize, like, yo, this is how I look to my bosses. Because when they gotta reprimand you or they gotta like counsel you for whatever you do, you be in your mind, you be like, I did what I had to do. But then once you see how other people act under your things, you be like, yo, it's like this is like my damn kids.
Right.
You don't realize that until you get in that position, because nobody, they're not gonna understand and do the business the way you see it in your mind. So it's always
look, I'm glad you said that, because as you know, I'm a kitchen manager in my job. And bro, they stress me out. My line cooks, they stress me out. I say, listen, this is standard. This would need to be done. They be like, oh, I'm not going to do that, bro. I be wanting to spaz out, but I try to be professional. I'm like I said, this is standard. This would need to be done. I'm your boss, and then when the pushback, it make me want to act out of character. But this is the thing: if I act out of character, now they're gonna look at me like, oh, maybe he's not a good fit. And I would never give somebody the benefit of the doubt to be like, oh, yeah, he ain't shit. He not worked up. He not cracked up. Like, this is not a position for him. I can't. So every day I try to figure out ways to satisfy everybody. And don't get me wrong. I feel like that's part of my problem. Try to satisfy everybody. I try to make my line cooks happy. I try to make my boss happy. And I hate to say boss, to be honest, because to me, to say somebody's your boss, I feel like it's slavery, right? Like, maybe it's because I'm a black male. I don't know. But I feel like it's slavery. So I don't call him my boss. Me and him got into it. And I'm like, bro, I don't answer you. You're not my boss. This ain't slavery. You know what I'm trying to say? And the thing is, maybe because I'm black, I don't know, but like he always humbled himself as like, oh, I don't want no problems. And then like, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, I was like, yeah, all right, he know better. But maybe that's not it. Maybe he's just playing a part. Maybe he just wearing a different hat or camouflaging. Maybe it's ulterior motives. I don't know. So I also think about that. Like at the end of the day, I don't want to lose my job. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to start my own business. So I'm like, if I'm gonna start my own business, I can't be here full time. Because like I said, working 55, 60 hours a week, how can your own business be successful when you work that many hours for somebody else?
It's not. See, that's the thing. When you start a business, it's not about instant success, and that's what it sounds like you want. Like your business, especially anything that has to do with food, it has a lot of moving parts. So
Right.
you need to stop trying to think about quitting and getting it done, and you need to get everything set up first. Like for instance, like this, you're off 2 days a week, right?
Right.
So
Hmm.
let's hypothetically say everything on your truck was done, and you could
Hmm.
actually make food. It only takes a few hours a day for you to promote your truck. And you can
Right.
promote your truck and you
Right.
can promote it for a whole entire year, for instance. And all the money that you make from promotions, that goes into the bank. And then if you can get, let's say the salary that you make right now, a whole year salary, let's say you got that saved up. Now you quit. Because at
Hmm.
that point, you can now you can dedicate all your time for an entire year and still have the money saved up to pay all your bills for that entire year. And now you got
Right.
an entire year to go hard body. You put 55 hours into your business like you do your job, and you got enough money. You're like this.
But
Hey, this covers
that's
my bills here, and then I got a 55 hours to put into my business. Oh, it's almost
but you
impossible
can't.
not
But
to
this
do this.
is what I'm saying. You can't put 55 hours in your business if you still work 55
You,
hours
you,
at a 9 to 5.
did you not hear nothing I just said?
No, no, I did. But all right, so this is what I'm saying. This is my rebuttal. You, like I said, I gotta get out my own head, like, cause I think about that all the time, cause I feel like it's time. It's a lot of things that happen at work. I'm like, it's time for me to leave. Um, but in my mind, the way every day I wake up, I say, you know what? I gotta get better at my job. I gotta learn more. I gotta learn. Let me learn the business side of things as much as possible before I quit. But people, places, and things, you're gonna hear me say that a lot, right? So like, I got kids, and Allison works, and worry about childcare. I'm like, yo, I don't see this working too long. I don't, right? So if I had my own business, I can call my own shot. I can work my own hours. I can do whatever. So I did the math. I know what
No,
I
you
want.
no, you
What?
can't. No, you
How?
can't.
How?
Because that's the thing that people confuse when they have a business. They feel like that, but it takes so much of your time to actually run a business that you it's going to be the same thing.
Mm,
You're going to be like, I just take this day off, and then when you take this day off, the setback, you're going to be like, oh my god, bro. I tried to take a day off, and my business was almost crumbled because you are the moving piece to it.
mm,
And then you to go one day without moving that piece, you're gonna feel like, when people go to the gym and they miss like a
right.
week or two, they feel like they're starting over. That's how you're
Right.
gonna feel. And then
Well,
once that hits you one time, you're gonna be like, fuck this, I'm never gonna stop. And you're gonna be hitting your business every single day.
right.
Telling you, I'm telling you, because
Well,
this is the thing about entrepreneurship, right?
mhm,
This is the thing. You can work an unlimited amount of time and make $0. You
right.
have to you have to set that into your mind. You can believe all you want to that you're going to be successful and that it's going to make you money. But it's a possibility that you
Right.
can work an unlimited amount of time and not make no money. That's why you need that cushion, because it's a possibility. Now you may hit
Well,
the road and be
now
famous
you
from the
said cushion. That's what I said. That's why I said I want to learn as much as possible about the business side. I I I have to have money saved up and stacked up before I make the decision. And that's what I said. That stresses me out, right? Because I feel like it's time to leave my job. I do. I'm tired of.
then you ain't
answering
motivated
somebody.
enough.
Why you say that?
Because if you was motivated enough, you would. It's like it would increase an endorphin. Like I gotta get this done. I gotta learn. I gotta be. And you'll get a spunk, and you like, yeah, let's go. Let's hurry up. Come on, let's get this in. What I need to learn? What do I need to know? You know what I'm saying? You'll be like that because you're ready. If you're
But I
feeling
hold on. But I am.
like,
So when I say I want to learn as much as possible, when I go to my boss, I'm like, oh, this is what I want to know. Oh, I don't know this, so give me the answers. You know what he say? Oh, it's better things you should be thinking about, or it's more important things. I'm like, listen, but I lack the knowledge in this. This is what I need to know. I'm coming to you because you have the knowledge. And when he refused to give it to me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So now I'm mad. Now I'm like, bro, whatever. And I shut down. And then when he comes to me, he's like, hey, yo, Roy. I'm like, nah. In my mentally, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. But I you know what I'm saying? I talk to him because like you have to be professional, but I keep it short.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you shouldn't be like that. Go get it on your own. The business
So
that when I started my
but you
trucking
also
company,
said have a financial backing before you make the decision. So
right?
when you say get it on your own, I don't have the financial backing, so I suck it up. I
But
suck it
how
up.
did I say get your financial backing?
You tell me,
I said you
because
get 2 days off.
yeah,
So if you had 2 days off, you need to be working your business there or
but you
trying to.
have kids, right? You have a relationship. It's hard.
It's not.
Hmm.
It's a mental thing. It's only hard because what you said in the very beginning of what you wanted. You said, I want to peace and I want to relax. I want me time and all that bull crap. That's the
So you
only
shut.
reason.
So you tell the person you involved with, listen, I know
It's
you
not.
want that time, but I
It's
can't
not.
get it to you.
No. It's not about that. It's about involving that person and the kids and what you're doing, so you can get both in at the same time. For instance, you got a 9-year-old that
Mhm.
he should be doing the trucking business with you.
And we talked about that. He said, I didn't even come to him. He came to me and said, Dad, if you start this, I want to be with you. And I was like, you know what? I love that. I
Okay,
said,
so
if you're gonna be committed,
so
I'm
so
all
that's
for it.
so that's one right there. And Jaden follow monkey see monkey do. So that's
Right.
easy. And the other two are babies. So it's like that's easy work. And all you need is Allison right there with you while you're doing it. If you're outside cleaning the truck,
But
doing whatever,
that's key. Listen, she been with me as far as like when I go out there clean truck. I don't ask her for support. She come out there and do it with me. She been doing things right. Like if I'm being transparent here, right? Like I never established credit. I don't have credit. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you there based off my credit, right? I'm gonna get the loan, the business loan, or whatever." So she's with me, right? And I respect her and I love her for that, right? And had many conversations. I was like, don't do it if it don't come from your heart, right? And she's like, oh, it comes from the heart. So I couldn't do this without her. I told her this like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I can't do this without you. So if you're not with me 100% as far as me operating and opening the food truck, then I'm gonna cancel Christmas on it, right? Like I'll just forget about it. And she said, no, I'm with you. I want you to succeed. I want to see this through, right? So for me, I'm like, right, that's a keeper. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't want to tell her that because I don't want her to be like, oh, that's why he keep me around because he's going to benefit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want her to think that because it's deeper than that. Every man, I think every man and or woman wants somebody that's going to be there for the long haul and it's going to support them through whatever. And she's been doing it, right? And I try to tell her that, but it's times that she don't believe that shit. You know what I mean? But that's the truth. And if she gonna support me through my dreams, it's nothing greater than that. But I also told her it's gonna be a long road, a hard journey. No, like I said, I bought the books, and it's a lot of things I learned from them books that, like, if I didn't buy those books, I'd be dead in the water. You know what I mean?
yeah, but okay. So what does that got to do with what we were talking about as far
We
as you made it seem like you don't have the time to do what I said because you got them. But now you're saying that they all want to
Well,
support you.
no, because that goes back to when I say quality of life, right? Like, so this thing, she say she supported, but when I come home, she expect me to watch a movie with her, or let's go out, or like for instance, when I come home and I'm like, oh, I gotta read, I gotta study, I gotta do this. She be like, oh, but you gotta work in the morning. Like, what time do I have? So then for me, I'm like, ah, all right, well, I guess I'll spend time with you, and then I do what I gotta do, and then I lose focus because guess what? I fall asleep. And then I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work. So it
But what
gets to
did
the
I?
point where I hate going to work. So that's where the animosity comes from. I'm like, damn, I
But
really
what
want to
did I
quit this
say?
job.
But when did I say do that? Your stuff, your truck stuff.
What do you mean?
When did I say do your truck stuff?
Now you say I should do it on my days off.
Right. So what do you mean you got to work in the morning?
No, all right. So my days off. Listen, my kids, they don't get to spend time with me. Like it's summertime now, but think about when it's school.
That's what I just said
I'm
about.
leaving when they just waking up. So
But
it's like when I first get to work, I'm like, fuck, this is crazy. I'm trying to be the best parent, the best father ever, and I can't do that if I don't see them, right? And when I have conversations with my boss, he goes, "I understand." I'm like, "You don't understand, bro." It gets to the point where sometimes I curse him the fuck out, and he humbles himself and he don't say nothing, but I be coming home and I'm like, yeah, I probably ain't gonna have a job too much longer because sometimes my anger or my frustrations, right, make me believe that I'm not gonna have a job. I don't see my kids like that, or it gets to the point where I come home, I'm like, hey son, but you're not my dad. If your kids, your daughters said you're not my dad, how would you feel?
I mean, nobody's gonna feel good. But the thing,
Exactly. It infuriates me, bro. Like I
but the
can't
thing is like
handle it.
this. The thing is like this, right? And a lot of people they lose sight of whatever they originally focused on, right? So you got to think about it like this. When I started my trucking company, right?
Mhm.
I damn near didn't talk to nobody for an entire year while I was building it.
Right.
And you know why? Because I was that
You
laser focused.
and
And
you know what? Before you say anything else, I agree
working.
with you because I
I was
remember I
working.
came to your house in North Carolina, and I came there to spend time with you because we haven't spent time in years, whatever. And you put your job before me, and I was like, I felt offended, but I never told you that, right? So like, I'm like, the fuck? Every 2 seconds, you like, I'm busy, I'm working. I'm like, what the fuck? And the thing is, it's not like it was normal hours. You was around the clock. It could be like 5 in the morning. No, what time we used to wake up? It used to be like 6 in the morning, all the way to like damn near midnight. And I'd be like, it's a work call. And I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, you ain't the same person. And that's how I felt. Right. So like it's so I guess my question is this: where do you draw the line?
It
Is it
like
business before family, or is it family before business?
see that it's you can't put it that kind of a thing on it because what it basically is it's a dream, right? So
Right.
it's like this, for instance. I put that much time, energy, and effort in, and I worked that hard to get my business the way it was to where it was to where I can even say I had a business that earned over $1 million. But the reason why I put that much time and energy in it because it was that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna make this business pop, right?
Right.
But guess what? After I got my business flowing,
Right.
right? My kids might have felt similar to what you felt. They might have been deprived or whatever, but they ain't feeling no more. So it's like that 1 year that I put everything I had into that to grow my business. I was working doubles. I was doing everything I needed to do to make sure I had enough money to support my life, my business, and everything. That one hard body year that I put in, and I worked so much to where I was like, whoo, when I got done. And when it was flowing, it was flowing and I could do whatever I wanted to do. I had all the free time I wanted to have. I could chill, I could relax. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like the people call me right now still because they think I still got the same lifestyle. They're like, damn, you had a job? Yeah, I'm at a job now. I got to work at a job now to rebuild, to go back. And that's what I mean. So now I'm rebuilding. I'm still getting my trucking money. It's just small. And it's like, now I got a job and I'm getting my trucking money. And then I'm going to keep this job while I rebuild it. And then I'm going to say I'm saving everything this time. So if I get a nice chunk of bank, I can quit my job again and go focus on my business. And this time I won't fail because I'll have that cushion to save me if I ever get into an incident. So it's like, you got to go hard like that. So when you talk about your time and your quality of life, like if you really want this thing to work, you're going to say everything goes to this. I'm gonna work my job. When I get off, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with my girl and my kids, and then right after that, I'm gonna go work on my business, and I'm gonna sleep, and then you're gonna get your ass up in the morning. And then what you got to do is stop doing things that's gonna prevent you from getting that quality rest. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be cut out. If you were serious, it's got to be your priority. That means if you let's say people going out, because this happened to me the whole time. People want to go out. People want to party. People want to chill. People want to go drinking and smoking and all this other crazy shit. And you know what? I'm like, F that. I ain't about to go get drunk because you know what I'm going to do in the morning? I ain't going to get my ass up. Right. You know what I'm saying? People want me to smoke. I don't feel like smoking because I know I'm going to be up, chilling, vibing, doing all that crazy. I'm not doing that when it came to that business. I'm trying to make this shit work. I want to get to this bag. I want to make sure that I'm successful in what I'm doing. Right. So you got to cut all that stuff out. You got to cut out everything that's going to limit you. I'm telling you, because everybody who you may feel like you're impacting or hurting ain't going to say that shit when you rolling. Ain't going to say that shit when they're a product of your success. You think your girl going to care when she don't have to swipe her card, she don't have to drive her car, she don't have to buy her own clothes, she don't have to get her own hair and nails done. Do you think she gonna care then? You think she gonna care that you spent a year busting your ass on your business where you ain't give her that much attention?
None of that. Not.
All right then. So that's what it's all about. So when you thinking about that now, I got my kids, I got my girl. What? I don't give a damn. That's how I was. But, damn.
Okay, but listen, you've told me for a long time women are crazy, right? Women. So you said you didn't understand, or you know how much you needed a woman until you were single, right? You said it, right?
Yeah.
So that mentality you just told me, that's not
ain't gonna leave you single. It ain't gonna leave you single. It don't matter what you want to say. It ain't gonna.
Because women want constant. They want you 24 hours. And the moment you sit there and say, "Listen, I gotta focus on me," they take that shit to a different level.
They don't really want that, right? But what they want, they no, listen. They do, but
I ain't saying no. I'm listening.
It's not that. It's not what you're thinking. You're thinking like, oh, because I'm not giving it to her, she's going to leave. That's not true. They want.
I ain't say leave. I said. They're gonna cause problems.
It ain't gonna cause problems. Listen, nigga, you can do the right thing and you got problems. What you talking about?
I know. I do the right thing all the time, and I get problems on the regular.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's the point? What's the difference? You're gonna get yelled at, you're gonna get screamed, they're gonna get told what to do, they're gonna treat you like you their kid, all this stuff, the same stuff, no matter if you're doing right or wrong. So you might as well take that beating and build something instead of take that beating and not build nothing. Like it just,
so when somebody get whooped and beat, they're not gonna try to capitalize or build on that. That's going to deter them. That's gonna make them be like, listen, you're gonna look at the situation different.
Now, what you'll do is you'll look at the situation different. If somebody say, I'm gonna whoop your ass for 6 months and then I'm gonna leave you alone for the rest of your life, you're gonna take that ass whooping. Because you're like, the rest of my life, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That might be you, but me, if I was facing that, I'm like, yeah, nah.
I'm gonna whoop your ass slowly then for 50 years.
I'm not gonna take that shit. I'm not gonna. If you say I'm gonna whoop your ass, I feel like you will whoop my ass for a day. I'm like, I'm done. I'm a man. I'm gonna take control.
You feel like that, but then that's your problem. because
Ooh.
that right there, that's called pride and ego, and that's the killer. That's gonna get in anybody's way. You got pride and ego,
Hey,
you ain't
you
gonna
know
go
what's
nowhere.
crazy? Women gonna love what you just said. You women gonna be like, I fuck with him. That's crazy. Cause
I mean,
bro, if you want to take that shit, you crazy, bro. You
it,
crazy.
it's not crazy. It's a difference between letting a woman rule you and then taking a shit. You ain't gonna never get away from taking a shit ever. So rule you is different. You make it seem like letting a woman bitch, moan, and complain so you can get your shit off is the same as them ruling you. I never let a woman rule or control me. But
But you
it's
said let them rule you. You just said that.
no, I did not. No, I didn't. I said they said they're
All
gonna
right.
whoop your ass.
All right.
And whoop your ass just means fussing at you, bitch, moaning, complaining,
I'm
pointing the
built
finger,
different. I can't take that shit.
and they tell you what to do. Yeah, but that's just West women, period. So it's like it doesn't matter that they're going to do that.
Mm.
You might as well do something out of it, because eventually, like, you know what I'm saying, they're going to see what you're doing, and they're either going to go into what you're doing with you, or they're going to leave your ass alone because they're going to see that you getting closer. And women can smell money. It's something about
Oh,
them. They
yeah,
can
I
smell.
know. I
So
know.
like they know that it's in the air. So
Right.
they will smell your success coming, and they go like, "Ooh, I'm gonna shut my mouth because."
I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you this. So say you're in a relationship and you try to start your own business, and say your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend, what if they say, nah, I'm only gonna support the cause if we 50-50 partnership? What are your thoughts? If they want their name on half the paperwork, what are your thoughts?
Now, when you say nah, because it's really an easy one, but it's like it depends on how you're really asking the question. Because if you're talking about everything 50-50,
Yes. As far as the business, yes.
um, it's a tough one. But I would probably say don't support me.
so, so- all right, so so what if they say, hey, listen, you said you can't do it by yourself. You need me to be successful. And they say, I need my name on 50% of everything. Does that sway your opinion, or you say the same?
My opinion will stay the same, me personally, and I tell you why. It's gonna suck to say it, but I'm gonna keep it funky. I would never have a business with a woman that I'm laying with,
Mm,
because emotions get involved.
right,
And leave me you. I don't care if crap what they want to say. I don't care how many women watch this and be like, it wouldn't have been me. They're gonna one day their emotions are gonna tie into the business. It's
right,
going no matter how you want to look at it. And I would rather be upset at my own failure in the business than
right,
if a woman couldn't control her emotions and it hurt the business.
right,
I would be sick to my stomach, and I'll be
right,
so mad. And I wouldn't want to be mad at a woman for that, like that. I'll be so mad, and I wouldn't want to be mad at my woman for that. I'd
right,
rather be mad at some other partner or something like that, and be mad at them, and I can curse
right.
them out.
Because you don't want to tarnish the relationship that you have, especially if it's
Exactly.
if it's solid.
So, so I wouldn't want them to be 50-50. Now, if they said they want to be part of my business,
Right.
I
Well,
would
you're
let
the
them.
sole proprietor.
Right. But you're
Right.
not 50-50 on it, because that means I also have to listen to you. And I don't mind listening, don't get it twisted, but I don't feel like there should be an argument
right.
to what decisions are made with the business.
Right.
Right. So I don't want to go there. Right. but they want to be part of it. Like, let's say they're like, let's say I had a woman and she was good with money. I'd be like, you can be my accountant. You know what I'm saying? You do the accounting work. You know what I'm saying? That's your job for the business. You do the accounting. But I'm the CEO. You know what I'm saying? The chief executive. So I'm overseeing all the departments. Because if your ass starts slipping with the money, you getting up out of here. I don't care if I love you, but you getting up out of here. I'd rather not hire outsource, but you then bought them Gucci shoes on a business shit, man. Bullshit.
Right.
So like that's why. So I want to be able to check her, and I also want to, you know what I'm saying. But I would love for my woman to be part of my business. I just couldn't do 50. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Right. Yeah, it's funny you said that because that's what I was getting at.
It could even be our business, but it's one head honcho.
Okay.
Like what I mean by our business, like let's say, for instance, I got a trucking company. If I had a woman and she knew a little bit about logistics or whatever like that, when it brings out, I'm like, yeah, it's just me and my wife's business. You know what I'm saying? Me and my lady's business. It could be that, but it would never be where it's like where she comes in. It's like, okay, guys, Jarvis decided to go to Hawaii on a trip, so we're doing this, and this.
Right.
That comes through me. All those decisions come through me, and like that's how it is. And I would just make it clear because you know what I'm saying. Like I just wouldn't want to go down that rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't.
I got you. No, it's funny. I brought that up because Allison was like, since you say you need me, this is what I need, and I'm like, man, I ain't willing to do it. And she was like, ask any woman, ain't no woman gonna agree with that. And I'm like. Because her thing was, if we was to not be a thing, I don't want to be helping the cause, and I can't get no gain at the end of the day. I won't benefit.
You see my point? That's exactly what I just said.
And that's what I'm saying. So for me, I'm like, well, this is my dream.
This is business. This ain't about your feelings.
That's what I'm saying. And so for me, I'm like, this is my dream. It wasn't your dream. This is what I want to do. And we in a relationship. If you're willing to help me, all right, that's help. That doesn't mean you control or dictate my dream, right? And that's where I come from. And it's so hard to explain it to a woman that, like, listen, your support doesn't mean you dictate. You know what I mean? Because if the relationship wasn't a thing, and then like we broke up, and you said, well, you made X amount of money, you made $3 million in 1 year. Now I'm entitled to half that. Like, what? You don't put the work in because this thing. So my thing is, you talk about my business, right? I am trying to start my own food truck business. If you're not an employee, if you don't work on that truck, you don't do nothing for the truck, the only thing you did was help me get the truck, the shit started, and I'm putting in the work every day, why are you entitled? And that's my thing. And if shit didn't work out, we wasn't together, why how are you entitled to the money that I profited off, that I bust my ass for? And that's where I come, like I don't know, that's my mindset. And that's the scary thing too.
I mean, like I said, that's why I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know what I'm saying? Because I agree up until the point where you said, if y'all split up, what are they entitled to? I wouldn't say that, because I think that if they help you grow it, then then they're entitled, right? So, like, for instance, like this. Let's say if I did a business, right, with G, right? And she was helping me grow it, promote it, whatever, but I was busting my ass doing all the work, really. But she was
initially. If G helped you get it started, but then after you got it started, she did nothing, is she entitled?
It depends on what she did to help me get it started.
All right, for instance, so your business, say if the only way you got your business started is because you didn't have credit and use her credit to get the business loan.
I would give her a percentage. It will be a low one, but I'll give her one.
No, but what about if y'all split up? Will you still give her a percentage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I would, because
you know what's crazy? She's listening to this shit right now, and I know we're gonna have conversations about this. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. That's a lot to unpack.
Only reason why I would is because I think that I would, You know how it is when you feel indebted to somebody. Like I really wouldn't have never been here without this person. I
Right.
would they would deserve it, but the percentage would be small, minuscule.
Right.
But you would get broke off something like 50%. Heck no, not even 10.
Look, even if y'all split up,
Yeah,
you still. Oh, that's
yeah,
deep.
because it's almost like this. Let's say, like for instance, when people go on Shark Tank,
Right.
they started their own business. Some people make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they need that Shark Tank person to catapult it. But if you listen to what they say, that Shark Tank person's like, well, then I'm gonna get 5% for your business for the rest of your remaining business. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Not because they even started it, but because they catapulted it. So I would be the same way. It's like you help my business get to a starting point where I can actually run it. So you deserve something. You may not. I wouldn't want to give you half or 20%, nothing like that. But I'll probably give her like 3% if she's the reason why I got started. Because like if I was like I would have never got this shit without you, you get a
Right.
percentage for the remainder of the business, whether we together or not. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would probably, yeah, I would definitely do that. I would definitely do that.
Mm.
And
So,
then they also the mother of my kids. So hell yeah, like why wouldn't I? Because now I know some of my funds are going to go to my kids.
mm. Well, that's
So
the thing.
too.
Will it go to kids? You don't know. If y'all
But
not currently in a relationship, you don't know
but
where the funds are going to.
this
So,
goes about borrowing money again, right?
okay.
Goes back to borrowing money. It's the same sense. It doesn't matter what it goes to necessarily because let's say if she was getting the percentage from my business, right? She's
Hmm.
still taking care of the kids.
Right.
So unless I feel like she's a bad mom, then I'm like, oh, I gotta cut you off. But if she's taking care of the kids, then I'm like, it don't matter that where this money is going to because your money is going to the kids. So if my money's going to you, this money's going to the kids. Your money's going to the kids. So
Mm,
everybody's good, regardless.
mm.
See what I'm saying? And if
You know.
she was a smart woman, she's gonna be saving for their college fund or saving for their futures and shit like that anyway. So it doesn't
Mm.
matter whether she blew my
You
money and saved her own.
that's one reason why I expect you respect you because like the way you think, right? Like because me personally, I'm not gonna think like that. But you was like, if you giving money and they take care of the kids, then that money is going to the kids. I don't think like that. Like for me, the way my mind works is, oh, you got this money. What did you do with it? Right. And I know you told me time and time again, like, don't worry about that. Don't ask the questions. But like, for me, if I'm giving money, I gotta ask the questions, right? And that's what's hard. And it's gonna be a big adjustment for me to not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it does get like that. Like I mean, I was like that too, right? I'm gonna tell you where it flipped for me when I needed money
Mm.
because then I didn't want you to don't worry about it, damn. Because then I started, then that's what got me in that concept. I started asking. I needed money. I was at a low point and I needed some bread. This was Hurricane Sandy. When that shit hit, I was
That
living.
was years ago. Yeah, I
I
remember
was
that.
I was living in Seaside, and
Yeah,
I
I
lost
remember.
everything in Seaside, and that's what made me move to North Carolina because I
So I
lost
didn't know
everything.
that. I remember the apartment you had in Seaside. I went there a couple times. I remember, but I never knew why you moved to North Carolina. But like, it hit me hard because we got it's me, you, and three others, right? But you and I got the same father, right? So like for me, it hit me hard. I'm like, oh damn, my brother left me. That was my best friend. I c- like I respected you and nobody like I don't know how to put it in words. Like so when you left, I felt betrayed. I did. We went to a long time where we didn't even speak, and I'm like, yeah, he hates me, right? But like I don't know. We talked, and it's like when we talked, I'm like those thoughts and those feelings went out the window. I was like, that's my brother. Can't nobody come between us. You know what I'm trying to say? But then like when you was the longer you was in North Carolina, I felt like it was a wedge. And I'm like, damn, he don't even call me, he don't text me. I'm like, how is this my brother? How's this family? He don't even reach out. Right. And then when I start going hard, I'm like, yo, bro, this is how I feel. Da, da, da. You felt the way you felt, but then you gave me a different light. You was like, bro, we all go through things. I'm going through something, Never once did you ask. So now I was like, all right, I gotta change who I am. I gotta start asking questions more. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's
Yeah.
why now I'm like, how are you doing? Not just with you, with everybody. It could be somebody at work. How are you doing? And
Yeah.
you one of the core reasons why I do those things. I listen to other podcasts. I listen to like a radio, and people are like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "Why? You don't even care about that person. Why are you asking?" But it's key. It's key. You ask somebody how they doing. It could be a stranger. You be like, "How you doing?" Right? It could be a bum on the streets. How you doing? And you know what? They'll show you so much love. So life is about trials and tribulations. So you live and you learn. And that's one thing I learned. You ask somebody how they doing, or you show that you care about their well-being. Guess what? They would. It's like tenfold. They'd come back with the same shit. And you like, damn, this is a good person, right? I'm not religious, but there's people that are religious, it makes sense to them. You like people come in your life for a reason, right? They either come in your life for a reason or for a season. And that's what I
Yeah.
was telling you earlier about friendship. If you can't vent to them, like if you can go to somebody, bro, and you feel like genuine love or whatever, then that's a good person, bro, and you want to keep them. Same thing with relationships, because people get in relationships. If you make them feel good, guess what? They want to keep you, right? So yeah, man. Like people at work, I just lost a line cook at work, and it hurt me to my core because we built up a relationship. But he did some bullshit, and my boss was like, he fired. I fired him. I'm like, damn. Can we give him another chance? He was like, no. I'm like, ah. Like everybody I work with, they don't show me respect, but the people that do, I want to keep them close to me. You know what I'm trying to say? But my boss is trying to tell me, like, listen, you gotta think business wise. You can't think of friendships. When you a boss, when you somebody's boss, you don't look at it as a friendship.
That's what I just said that earlier. You going to when you start this business and the more you grow, what's going to happen is this: you're going to be doing it, and then you're going to need somebody to help you. You're going to need somebody
Right.
to help you with something because I'm going to tell you the
I
biggest thing.
understand that.
I'll tell
But
you. Let
once
me
you
tell you.
build that relationship and you got a good relationship,
Nah,
you don't want to see that person go.
nah,
You said,
nah.
nah?
No, because you thinking of it as employee mindset. When
Mm,
you have your own business, ain't nobody that's not that because it's all about your business. That becomes your baby. It becomes your thing. You're in like when you could be cool as hell
hmm
with somebody. They do something fugazi. Get them out of here, man. Yo, you cool, but get the hell up out of here because they impacted your business, which also impacts your money, which also impacts your success, which also impacts your integrity, everything.
Right.
And then you become a female when you
Ooh,
can
a
let your
female.
feelings. When you let
So
your
you sound
feelings.
feminine?
No, listen to what I'm saying. You become a female when you let your
Mm.
feelings help you make you keep somebody on board because you like them.
So look, it's funny you said because let me get my thoughts together. Like like my boss, he it's smoke and mirrors with him. He give the people what they want to hear, but he don't mean nothing he say. Like he do shady shit that I don't agree with, but it works for him. So like one of the problems I have at work is this: I'm the kitchen manager. And guess what? My kitchen guys, they don't come to me. They look at me and walk around me and go straight to him. And lately, he has been trying to do better. He been saying, "Oh, why you talk to me? Talk to your kitchen manager, right?" But they still refuse, or they come to me, but they don't say what they really want. You know what I'm trying to say? Or the minute they say what they want, and I say, no, I can't do that for you. I can't accommodate you. They go right back to him. And guess what? He make the decisions. It's been many nights I'll be like, this ain't for me. Maybe this ain't the job for me. Because I don't have that respect. I don't feel like I have control. Or I come in expecting one thing. Like I make the schedules and I schedule you to come in, and then you don't come in. And I'm like, what the fuck? And now I'm getting mad. And they said, Steve said this. And then when I go to Steve, which is my boss, and he's like, oh, I give him a day off. I'm like, are you the kitchen manager or am I? He's like, you are. So why are you making fucking decisions and you don't even consult with me? So that's another reason why I'm like, I'm done talking to people or dealing with people or answering people, and I want to start my own business. But then, like, I'll be a lie if I say
But
it's not a
I'm
fear
telling
that
you,
I have.
I'm tell
I
you,
know I get consistent money to quit and start my own shit. Now it's not inconsistent. I mean, it's not consistent. I had to grind. I really got to fucking dig deep. You know what I'm trying to say? And now my mind, and back in my mind, I'm like, what if it don't work, or what if the math don't math? You right? So that's a scary thought.
well, it's scary because you're starting to let the idea of having a business consume you.
Mm,
That's why, right? When you start out, I want to start a business. Start writing down ideas, start planning stuff out. It hasn't consumed you yet. So
right,
so you can think about it and then not think about it, and then like, oh yeah, my business, I want to do that. Oh, that's a good idea. See what I'm saying? But
right,
once it starts to consume you, everything around you becomes irritable because it ain't
right.
got nothing to do with the business.
You absolutely right. Because
And you'll
even
be
when I
like,
come home, sometimes
oh my
Allison like,
God, I don't give a shit about that. Like, I'm business, my business. I'm telling you, that's
yeah.
how I was. That's how I
And
was.
I
So
deal
they're
with
like,
that too. Sometimes I come home and I'm not myself, and Allison don't understand it. She's like, "Oh, somebody else." I'm like, "Listen, let me tell you something. That shit getting played out. I don't like. It has nothing to do with you. But like, I'm so focused. I've been having nightmares about successful not being successful in a business that she don't understand that because I don't come to her and tell her those things. Because
well,
the truth of the matter is this: when you go to people, the same old thing they don't want to hear it no more. So I keep a lot of things to myself. I keep it close to the vest. Um, but that's been a fear for like 2 months now. Every day I'm like, I want to quit to start my own shit because I can't be effective in my own business if I still answer and report to work. I can't.
that's
So
not
so I've been thinking like when is the right time to pull a plug?
that's not true. That's
What
the
do you
thing.
mean?
That's not true. You
You
just got
said earlier, don't quit your job without a backup. Don't
exactly
quit your job if you don't have the
a
financial
cushion,
means. And that's what goes through my mind.
right? But that's the key to it right there. But the thing about it is like this. This is what having someone because it's good to have somebody on your team, right?
Right,
All from the rip. That's gonna just build it with you for nothing. So let's say that person is Allison, right?
right,
That's where you need to be talking to her about it. And then for instance, like, yo, I'll be working a lot. So if you can, like, I need you to do this, right?
right,
Because she's gonna do it for free. And that could be as simple as jot down some ideas for a menu.
I did that.
It's an example.
Okay.
That's a task, right? Or it'll be like, well, I got to go to work since you're off today. Can you look up some X, Y, and Z? Some ways to, I don't know, clean this or clean that, or can you look up how to logo places or signs or anything like that, because that's going to take the pressure and the weight off of you. So it's one less thing you got to worry about,
Right.
right? And that's how you do it while you working a full-time job. You have to get it to the point where the small things but effective are getting
Right.
off your plate, so that
Right.
so the work still gets done, right?
Right.
Jalil, it should be a chore for him. Yo, I need you to wash down my truck. I need you to wash down the inside. You do that, I got $2 for you. And you may be like $2, but to him it's something.
Right.
He'll go do it, right? And it may
It's
not.
funny you said that because Allison, she all the time she's like, "What can I do?" Right? I'm not gonna lie. So I'll be at work, I get annoyed, and I know she listening to this shit right now. I get super annoyed. I'm at work. She's like, "Oh, what do you want me to do?" Or give me a list of things, and like I get super annoyed. I'm like, "Bro, why you fucking keep asking me a bunch of questions? You grown. Like, if you gonna help, do it, right? If you support the cause, support the cause. Don't ask me for instructions, right? But she do it. Jalil do the same thing. What can I do to help you get better? And I get annoyed. I'm like, what the fuck? This is annoying, right?
Why is it?
I like. I don't know. I don't know. Like I want them to do certain things, but I don't want to be bombarded with, oh, can I do this or what do you need me to do? Because a part of me, a small part of me, feel like it's not genuine. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you what to do, right? I feel like it's common sense. Just do it. Or if you want to help, just do it. And if I don't agree with what you're doing, we'll cross that bridge when we cross it.
No, see, that doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody want to do something and risk of crossing the bridge when they get there? No, let me just do what you need to be done. It just makes sense that way. Why am I going to do something? But why the hell did you do that? It doesn't make sense.
Well, all right.
It doesn't
All
make
right.
sense.
Since you said Jalil, right? My oldest son, right? He tried to do things every day, and I applaud him for it. But sometimes it's not at the right time. Like right, like um, I could be using the bathroom or something, and then Jaden to come in the room. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm using the bathroom. Get out the bathroom. Da, da, da. And what Jalil do? He'll call himself. This is an example. I'm not saying he did it. But say if he spanked him, it's like you know better. You shouldn't be doing that. Now I'm gonna whoop you. That's not your place. And those are the times things I'm talking about. So being a bigger brother is not about putting your hands on somebody. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you're doing too much right now. I know I don't like what he did, but don't try to be an adult too early. You know what I mean? Or like if we talk about Allison, I don't know. I might be annoyed. I might vent to her about something, right? But I don't need you to intervene before I get home. You know what I'm saying?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Oh God, here we go.
No, we not even gonna touch that. You know what I'm saying? But I hear what you're saying. But all I'm trying to say is about the business.
Right.
As far as the help,
Right.
you shouldn't feel like that, because if that's just somebody wanting to make sure that they do right, or they don't make a mistake, or they do exactly what you're looking for. So you shouldn't feel no type of way. If you don't want to be bothered, make a list,
Right.
like a chore list. Hey, listen, while I'm at work, if you guys want to help me out, do these things and
Right.
just these things.
Right.
Therefore, if it's just those things, it can't be somebody doing too much or doing too little. It's exactly what's said. And I mean, and that's the key to it. Like, hey, I need help with this right here. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I would like to have research on this. And I say, if you think you can find a tutorial on how to do this or whatever like that, or you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I made this. Do you think this will go well? You know, ideas like, you know, do you think this will go well on the truck, or you think I should serve anything other than this, or you know what I mean? Give me some ideas, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like like one of my ideas, right? I told mommy I would tell you, right? Where I think that this is if the truck was already ready, right? Then
Right.
like you park that thing up somewhere that you where everybody get a permit, and then let mommy do her little yard sale there. Because
How's that helping my business?
let me explain. People are gonna come for food, but people also gonna come to buy some shit. All that shit she got.
Right.
Therefore, you're gonna have more customers than you probably expected by
Right.
just parking up somewhere, because mad people gonna be there resting. Think people ain't gonna want to try? I'm hungry. I'm been around here looking at all this stuff. Let me go get someone on this food truck. Let me try this. And if somebody likes it, what you think they're gonna do? That's a
They gonna
promotion.
buy it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
funny you said that because I've went to like listen. It's funny you said that because I probably been to like 13 food truck events, and at every last one of them, it's not just about the food. It's about the food, and they also have other vendors trying to sell incense,
right,
clothes.
because
Yes,
that's gonna bring double the attention. So that's
right,
why I told mommy that she should do. I was like, when doesn't get his food truck up, why don't you just sell your stuff by his food truck? Because people are going to come for both purposes. And imagine somebody came and got some chili or something, and then they like, what's this stuff over here? They go look at it.
right.
So vice versa.
Especially when you go to a truck and it's gonna be 15 minutes. Now you got 15 minutes to venture off.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like That's one of the ideas. So that's what I'm saying. So if you know what I'm saying, if that was to be the case, that's what like Allison can be doing. And for instance, like an example, like she could be finding a spot that you could do that where it's enough space where y'all both could be there, right? But also in a great location, something that takes that off your brain. You know what I mean? And you could be, doing your own thing at a normal spot, and then she finds a spot like at a park or something. Oh, they got an event going on down here. Y'all should go down there. See, that's a contribution to your business. Her finding little spots that you could park up at that you could probably make some money. It's just a little something like that. But that's what I will be doing right now while you're working a job.
Right.
Building a business that way, marketing, doing a couple little events, parking up somewhere, letting mommy do a yard sale, parking up somewhere else where it's like, where you like, for instance, if somebody doing a block party or something, park up by the block party, stuff like that. Like those are the type of things that she could be doing on the side, researching pop-up locations, because you might have a regular spot, like, all right, I always park at this by this gas station, and she starts finding pop-up spots in your spare time, just stuff like that.
Hey, bro, hold on. Hold on for 60 seconds. I gotta use the bathroom. Hold on.
Let me see, turn around, Ari. Yeah. Save all mine. Let me see, turn around, Ari.
Sorry about that. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I was trying to hold that for a minute now. But you remember where you left off?
Yeah, no, basically I was just saying about, ways to contribute to, what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying, just small things like that. And also, like, what I'm saying? Like I said, give y'all little chores and whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the little ones don't even really need to do shit, but just be there, basically.
Right.
Because they're going to grow into it. And then by the time they get to an age to help, you should be established to the point where, like, their help could be different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, just small stuff, but it's just small stuff that contributes though.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, for me, I can't speak for everybody else. I still, at the back of my mind, I still got that fear of leaving somewhere I'm comfortable and I know what to expect.
I mean,
to venture off and start my own thing.
That's everybody's fear, but what you're going through right now is the right feeling to help. And that it's like, I got it. It's coming. Quitting is coming. But when you get that feeling, it's not time to actually think about quitting. It's time to think about preparing yourself to quit. And to prepare yourself to quit is stacking bread. So you need to do whatever you're doing, but stack bread. Like, it's so hard to do, man. Like, trust me, it's so hard to do, man. especially when money rolls in. Because if you do the business on a small tip and like a little bit on the side on your weekends, let's say you even did it one day a week, it's
Right.
gonna the money's gonna come in, especially if you get a following. It's like this: the more successful the business gets, the more you're gonna want to quit. Oh my
Right.
God, bro. When the trucking company was making money, I was like, when I didn't care. Like I was
Right.
like work was calling me. I was like, I was late. I'm like, listen, I'll deal with them later. I'm
And that's
ignoring
how I
calls.
feel now. To be honest, I feel like that because I used to know I know what time I need to leave to be on time, but like lately I've been like, fuck it, bro. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be my own boss. And what you don't know is, we ain't gonna talk too much longer, but I bought the truck, right? My first plan was let me get the vessel. Any repairs, I worry about that later. Let me get the vessel. So I got it. So then I was about to order my first equipment, right? So I ordered my first three pieces of equipment, and then out of nowhere, I was like, let me go out there and just start the car, I mean the truck. I went out there and started, and it didn't start. So now I was like, oh man, I hope it ain't nothing major. So I went and got gas. I put 10 gallons of gas in it. It didn't start. So then I consulted with somebody that used to be my mechanic, and he was like, "Oh, maybe it's the battery." So then I finally found where the battery was. So the truck that size, it's got two batteries, but it's got a connector that connects both batteries, right? So he was like, "Just all you gotta do is jump the one battery, and it's gonna take longer than a regular car, but like it jumps start both batteries." So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and I hope that God that it works. But that deterred me because I was ready to buy two more pieces of equipment today, but I was like, my truck ain't starting. Do I hold off and figure out what's going on with the truck, or do I just keep doing what I'm doing? Because my thing is, I wasn't trying to operate right now. I said in a year, I said I got the truck, and I was like, I'm not trying to have my own food truck into a year. So, so for me, it was just about marketing and getting the clientele, and you know, putting tasters out there, giving people food, and let them know what I'm about. That's what it's about. It's about marketing. But then it kind of deterred me, to be honest. I'm like, yo, why my truck ain't working? And I hope there's not a lot of money because the truck has, let me see, one, one, two, three, four. It's got like, what's it? Let's see. I think six wheels on it. So like, say if you get a flat tire, I don't know how much it's going to cost for a truck that size. I don't know because just for one battery, it's $160, and it's two batteries. So what if they both shot? Now you add that times two. It's a lot of money. So when I went into this, I didn't think about those things. I thought about let me get a truck, let me get the equipment. So just to get the truck built out to be a food truck, it's the minimum is 40 grand, right? 40 grand. That's a lot. So that's why it's a slow process. And if you need repairs on a truck, that's another expense. Now if you try to stay local, you ain't gonna worry about it too much. But if you try to go, oh, they got an event in Asbury, they got an event in Trenton or Camden, I'm going. Now you talk about more gas and more mileage on the truck. So those are the things I didn't think about when I first jumped into this. So I gotta think about those things. But like, so I did the math. So in my mind, I was like, if I had 50 customers a day for 5 days a week, it's almost $200,000 a year. So I've been having that thought process for a long time. This morning I said, okay, to make more than what I make now, or to match what I make now, all I need is 15 customers a day for 5 days a week, and I will make it what I make now, or I make more than what I make now at $15 an hour. No, I think I said $20 an hour. Yeah. So then I'm like, all right, well, 15 people a day. I feel like that's easy. That's easy. That's how I feel. So at $20 a plate, no, $15 a plate, 20 people a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks in a year, I'll make 80 grand. That's more than what I get paid now. So I'm like, okay. So if I live comfortably now, I mean comfortably to the point where and I'm not just boasting and bragging or trying to make it seem like I'm rich because I'm not. But I don't never want to know what's in my bank account. Like if somebody told me what I made, I'll get mad. I just swipe my card, and to this day, I have not have a problem with finances, and I still have money. Recently, the bank called me, told me how much I made. How much I had in my account. I was highly upset, but what they told me was I had 30 grand, and I was like, oh shit. So now, when I told you I never want to know what I had, and I just swiped my card, now I'm even more comfortable than I was before just swiping my card. I don't care. I'm like, because I'm not gonna spend that much in a short period of time. I'm good. And I'm still employed in a full-time job. I'm like, so every other week I still get a paycheck. So I'm never gonna be in a bad position. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So when I said it's a fair amount to leave what I'm comfortable with to start my own, because once I leave, say if I left right now, I got 30 grand in my bank account. And I left. Now I'm not getting that steady income. Now I got to do everything on the muscle. I got to do things on my own to maintain that, and that's a fear. You know what I'm trying to say? What you got to say to that?
I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know. Because I don't. Because as far as like having some money, I wouldn't quit with that.
With 30 grand?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like I would need
more than that
for me to quit now because of what I went through. I would need 100.
Ooh.
I would need 100.
So now you talk about like,
but that's a difference between me and you though, because my expenses are higher than yours, and my business.
Well, my expenses, your expenses only higher because it's just you. I'm in a relationship, so it's like.
But you got two.
It's two, right? So the expenses is reduced. So for me, I feel more comfortable, especially with the childcare. Hold on, let me say this real quick. Childcare, like so, Allison just looked the other day, which we looked 3 years ago. I don't know why she looked again. Just for one kid, they was like $900, right? For two kids, like 14. No, it was, I forget the math, but to put it to you like this, it was like $5 grand for all four kids in 1 month. That is not sustainable for nobody unless you're rich. So that's why we trying to figure out a way. And we both stressed. She like, oh, one of us gonna have to quit eventually. So then I'll be like, all right, I want to start my own business. Maybe this is God's calling, right? But then that fear hits me. I'm like, oh, I don't know. She don't want to quit, but then she be like, I'm gonna quit. You gonna pay the bills? I'm like, whoa, pay for everything? I don't make enough. She make more than me, so I'm like, I can't. If you make more than me, how can I pay for everything by myself and you just not work? Because when she say I pay for everything, she's just not working in general. It's a difference because I'm trying to start my own business, so I'm still going to be working. I'm just not going to be answering for somebody. So for me, I'm like, oh, she bugging. But like every day I wake up, I'm like, we both can't work the way we working. We both managers, and the hours is just like not sustainable. So that's a scary thing, you know. And then when the kids sit there and say, "Oh, you don't never spend time with me," or "You care about work more than me," that's a problem for me. You know.
Like I said, it's only a problem because that's how kids are, man. They need that. What are you doing for me right now? Feeling like, you know what I'm saying. So they not going to, like I said, my kids. Can I get some money? That's how our conversations go every day. They call me, and then like that's how Kimani is. Can I get some money? Liana, she plays the game. Hi, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, just chilling. She's like, okay. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, well, I was just wondering, can I get $10? Damn.
Yeah, I ain't ready for that.
And like $10, that's nothing, but it adds up because it's all the time.
Right.
And it's like, you know what I mean? And then sometimes she's like, Daddy, I need a new pair of shoes. And then I'm like, that's hundreds.
Right.
So it just gets there. So I mean, like it's always gonna be a sacrifice, but you gotta find out if you how bad you want it, basically.
Right.
Because if you want it bad enough, you gone.
Right.
And
So
you're gonna work as much as you can to get where you need to get to. And like I said, for me, I would need $100,000 because I know how bad. I mean, not how bad, but how fast that kind of money can go. So
right.
I would not want to have less than that and try to run a business. I
Right.
wouldn't.
I got you. So look, we've been talking for a while now. I respect your time. Uh, we about to get off of this. Yeah, I expect to have you on other episodes. But I to the viewers, like, subscribe, follow, get other people to follow, whatever. But yeah, it's Mr. Jarvis Black, and we gonna say goodnight for the time. Peace.
Peace out.